From Rockford, WQRF Fox 39. News at 9, Weekend Edition.
Plans to bring alternative energy to Winnebago County are getting a little changed. I'm Ariel Gurian, and that's first tonight. Before construction even begins, the county's much-anticipated Freedom Field is making a move. Fox 39's Don Alderman has more on what's ahead for the project.
WTVO Channel 17 News.
A final decision on the project's location is expected by the end of the month. No word, though, on when the project will begin. Good news tonight for nearly 3,000 Illinois residents whose homes were damaged by last month's flooding. Folks in Cook, DeKalb, DuPage, Grundy, Kane, LaSalle, and Will counties are now eligible for federal assistance. Flood victims will be able to access temporary housing, grants, or loans to help them with their flood-related losses. Businesses will be eligible to apply for low-interest loans. A Rockford police officer is hit by a moving car and just narrowly avoids injury. It happened at the corner of Kishwaukee and Broadway. Late last night, the officer pulled over 36-year-old LaWanda Berry. She's wanted on a warrant. As the officer got out of his car to approach Berry, Berry put her car in reverse, hit the officer's car, and then the officer himself. He wasn't injured, but Berry drove off. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please contact the Rockford Police Department. Well, if you still haven't registered to vote in the upcoming election, get on it. You're running out of time. Next Tuesday, October 7th, is your last shot for this year. The county clerk's office on Elm Street will be open until 6 o'clock that night, so you can stop in. But if you miss the deadline, you can still go to the county clerk's office to register. Just be prepared to vote right then and there. You won't be able to vote on Election Day. Well, tonight our Nicole Kilmer put on her dancing shoes. She's been practicing for weeks to compete. Look at her go in Dancing with the Rockford Stars. It's a fundraiser for family counseling services. Judge Ron Perello, Senator Dave Severson, Jody Beach, and Register Star reporter Georgette Braun are competing against Nicole. But, of course, we know who the best dancer is, although we might be a little biased. 4 local judges will pick the winners. Their names will be announced later tonight. And our Eric Nefstead played judge today at Clem Arboretum. He got to pick winners in this year's Scarecrows on Parade contest. There were 3 categories to pick winners in: the funniest scarecrow, the most traditional, and the most green. Teams of families and Cub Scouts worked together to make the scarecrows, and if you'd like to check them out for yourself, they'll be on display for the month of October. And Eric tells me they were very nicely done and showed a lot of imagination.
Into the 40s, Ariel.
All right, bald eagles, huh? Not something you see very often. All right, thanks, Eric. Well, unfortunately, according to those temperatures, you can see flu season has arrived also. And the Winnebago County Health Department wants to remind you to get your flu shot this year. Annual shots are recommended for anyone under 18 or over 50 years old, anyone with long-term health problems or weak immune systems, and also pregnant women, among many other categories of people. So to find out if you need a flu shot or to make an appointment, just contact the health department at wchd.org. Well, rebuilding the lives of the state line's homeless is the goal of Carpenter's Place in Rockford, but they need money to do it. So to raise funds, they held their 2nd annual Walk for the Homeless event this afternoon. Proceeds will be used to provide case management, housing, and job services for homeless men and women in Rockford. For more information, please contact Carpenter's Place at www.carpentersplace.org, or you can call 815-964-4105. Cars lined up for hours this morning, and we mean hours, for the 27th annual General Mills Green Giant parking lot sale. Each year, the United Way and General Mills team up to raise money for the charity. People waited and waited and then bought up cases of discounted General Mills food products.
We weren't sure with the economy how the turnout would be, and I would say it's far exceeded our expectations. I would say right now we are on track to set an all-time record.
And all of the proceeds benefit the Boone County United Way. Last year, General Mills contributed $450,000. Coming up, European leaders are calling for flexibility on the global financial crisis. And an Australian child goes on a killing spree at a local zoo. Your World Watch and Eric Nefsted's forecast when your News at 9 returns. All right, back in the 70s.
Yes.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
Well, the latest fight in Turkey is the worst in months. Here's your Fox First World Watch. For Wall Street on Friday. And that's your World Watch. After the break, the price of a plane ticket gets you a seat on the flight, but not much else these days. Why the airlines say they're actually protecting you. And later, is OJ headed for jail or not? We'll fill you in our Showbiz Wrap. Stick around. Welcome back. Well, things you used to get on your flight for free now cost extra, just like everything else. Airlines say the new pricing, known as a la carte pricing, is the only way to keep their fares from going even higher. Fox's Phil Alvarado reports.
News.
Well, today, volunteers of Keep Northern Illinois Beautiful gave residents the chance to recycle their old metals and electronics. During the fall metals and electronics drive, folks dropped off everything from old TVs and refrigerators to computers and some random scrap metal. The items were crushed and will help save vital landfill space. Rockford's youth are helping kids in the classroom. The Mayor's Youth Advisory Council sponsored a teacher supply drive this morning at the East State Walmart. They accepted donations of pencils, crayons, and other school supplies, and all donations will go to District 205 teachers in schools with over 90% of students living in poverty.
So many kids go back to school every year without the supplies necessary to succeed in the classroom, so we're trying to alleviate some of that, try and help the educational process by giving the supplies to the kids who really need it.
And Walmart matched all of the donations today, and any more donations can be dropped off at Rockford Alpine Bank locations through October 8th. Well, Vince Conway will be right back with sports. All right, Vince. First tonight in your Showbiz Wrap, O.J. Simpson is headed to the slammer. Simpson found guilty on all 12 counts of kidnapping and robbery by a Las Vegas jury. The former football star was charged with robbing 2 sports memorabilia dealers at gunpoint in a Las Vegas casino hotel room more than a year ago. Also found guilty on the same charges was Simpson's co-defendant, Clarence C.J. Stewart. The verdict was read early this morning. Take a listen.
Verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, as follows. Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime. Guilty. Count 2, conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Guilty. Count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery. Guilty.
The verdict comes exactly 13 years to the day of his acquittal in the murders of his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. Simpson faces life in prison. Rachel Ray's rep says she does not have throat cancer. And why is everyone saying she does? The TV personality is having surgery to remove a cyst from her vocal cord, which may be how the rumor started. Her rep says it's benign and she'll have to take a break from speaking for about 2 months. In the past, Ray admits she has lost her voice a lot, but don't worry, the procedure, rest, and recovery isn't supposed to disrupt her show or Food Network tapings. Howard Stern finally ties the knot. The shock jock walked down the aisle with a longtime girlfriend, Beth Otrowski. The wedding took place last night in New York City. The guest list included Joan Rivers, Barbara Walters, and Billy Joel. The couple first announced their engagement on his radio show last Valentine's Day. And we'll be right back.